All right, what's happening?
Yo,
What's going on, Mr. Nate O'Brien? All right, we wait a few more minutes before while the viewers get on the screen. Do me a favor. In that office, what do you see on the screen? See a black screen? You see us?
yeah,
Mute it for me. There's a black remote there.
Wow.
You know it's working.
It's gonna be like a TV show.
Nice. All right. Let me mute this out real quick. All right, let's do it. So, Mr. Nate O'Brien, once again, welcome to Mi Casa here in DC. We call it the DMV. I'm from New York, and this new terminology they got down here. DC, Maryland, Virginia is a part of this North Virginia deal. Hold on, let me record that. Got a few recordings. 23 viewers. Where'd they come from? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hangout. We sitting here goofing around, but we actually have a very exclusive interview with Mr. Nate O'Brien here. He decided to take a detour on his tour. The I Make Noise tour has been going on since, I think, September 12th. Since September 12th, he's been on the road all the way from California. He's gone to DC. No, you've gone to Dallas. You're going to Orlando, Atlanta. What am I missing?
This was 3 reports.
Okay. And this weekend, we're going to be in Philadelphia, which is the 9th and 10th. Friday and Saturday in Philadelphia. You can go to imakenoisetour.com to register. I'll be speaking on the 10th, bringing some awesome trainers on mindsets and so forth and so on, and also about how to collect information on the internet. But tonight is about Nate O'Brien because he hit a major milestone in his business. We're talking about someone who's 26 years old, didn't finish high school, 2 years ago started his business, and here we go sitting in front of me. Actually, outside of my driveway is a van with his face on it, representing the I Make Noise brand. 2 years later, $1 million made on the internet. How does someone your age generate $1 million in revenue in 2 years? And why internet marketing out of all the businesses you could have chose? Because you're a smart guy. I don't think if any of you ever had the pleasure to sit with him, you start to learn a lot more about him and how smart he actually is. He could have went into any arena and made the money he made in internet marketing. But why internet marketing?
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I had no idea internet marketing exists. Like Mike said, I kind of just fell out of school, right? Didn't make it happen at all. I got kicked out for fighting and all kind of crap. Fought my teacher in 10th grade. It was a wrap from there. I went to MLM. First company I saw was Legal Shield. I saw everybody walking across the stage. Yeah, I'm a millionaire. And I was like, yo, this is hype. I knew at the end of the day, all my mom wanted to see me was walk across that stage and get something, like make her proud. And so I was like, that's how it's going to happen. I'm going to do it through MLM. I'm going to crush this business. I'm going to walk across the stage. I'm going to make a lot of money. And I failed at that for 5 years. I've never walked across the stage. And so I ended up.
He created his own stage.
Eventually. That is the truth. So I ended up getting a regular job at a call center. And I thought it was cool making $10 an hour plus bonuses. And my actual call center boss, she lives out here in Virginia now. And so picking up the phones every single day, kind of got bored, got annoyed, got irritated dealing with, phone calls after phone calls. And I was sitting there, man, and it was a frustration in my mind of this can't be my life.
Yeah.
I'm 24 years old, picking up the phone, just saying, "Hi, thanks for calling the Emerald's Reservation Line." And it was just, there had to be something different. So I was on my Facebook as always, and this guy puts up and says, "Make money on Facebook since you're on Facebook all the time anyway." And I was like, that has to be like a dream. That can't be real. Like, you're making money on Facebook. So I wrote the guy, sends me a video, comes to find out it's a Power Network. I'm so slayed by David's, it's Dave Wood, no,
Yeah.
David Sharp,
Both
his
of them.
story of how he was homeless and how he grew up and everything. And so I'm like, man, this correlates to me. I feel like this is my story too. I dug deep into it, man. I fell into online marketing. And once I saw like how fast commissions were, I was like, this is a life that no one knows about. People need to know that online marketing exists. And so why internet marketing? It gives you the access to be free. It gives you the ability to travel, do whatever you want. And if you love technology and you love social media, then that's what creates your paycheck. So that's what I love. I love social media. I love connecting with people. I'm a personal person. I love people. So it was like the perfect platform for me. And I was just happy and thankful, really. I praise God, like, yo, you really made internet marketing accessible for a person like me who just loves to be on his phone all day anyway. And now we can create income from it.
Dope. Now, there's one thing I noticed about you, though. I know a lot of marketers who make, a lot of money online, and they do it very quietly. Not, if you ever met them on the internet, you ever met them, out in the, you wouldn't know anything about them. But you actually do a lot of teaching. Now, you don't have to teach,
Right.
and be able to make a lot of money on the internet.
Right.
So why waste your time and teach? Why even take that direction and teach others how to utilize internet marketing?
Well, I think that part is definitely true. I know a lot of people. My mentor, Frank Hart, he's never on the internet, and he's making a lot of money every single day. For me, though, I feel like God has given me a call in my life to help people break out of poverty, and so I feel like with that being said, I have to be there. I have to be in the mix of something, right? And so even if you see me posting about me having a $5,000 day or I made $20,000, it's not that I'm trying to boast or I'm trying to create an ego. I'm doing it to create hope and substance and faith inside of you guys. And then again, it's marketing, right? So it is my bait, to reel people into, to my system or to my business. But I'm doing it in all actuality saying, hey, if this kid is making $20,000 a day from his hotel room, there's no way why I can't do it. And so that's why I'm very loud with my marketing. I'm very like, yo, again, yo, son, another 100,000. Like, I'm putting it out there because I want everyone to know, like, yo, you can do the same thing, or you can do double the numbers that I do. And I'm a firm believer of you will always make more money teaching what you know opposed to doing what you know. And so I'm all about duplication. I don't feel satisfied if I'm just making money. Like we started e-commerce, Shopify, and we did $100,000 in 7 weeks, and that's cool, that's fun. But my satisfaction came from last month. I had 8 students do 10,000. Their first month. I had a brand newbie who's never done anything on the internet, plug in, got into my coaching, and then all of a sudden his first month, $15,000. Yo, like that's what I get satisfaction from, seeing people get results like that.
Nice. Now, $20,000 days, $100,000 months. What does a typical work day look like for Nate O'Brien?
I could tell you what it used to look like. It used to look like being at the computer all day and on the phone all day.
Okay.
Fortunately, now I have a wonderful team. I have a wonderful, staff who definitely, works their butt off for Nate O'Brien Marketing, help push the vision. So now, a lot of my time is just me thinking, talking on the phone, hanging out, and meditating. But before it was me really on that internet, 14 hours a day, just straight working, building funnels, capture pages, talking to people, trying to get leads, helping students, and I was overwhelming myself. But I believe once you get to that place inside of your business where you can hire and outsource, your main job should be thinking, meditating, and talking. And so a lot of times I'm spending my whole day just being creative, thinking of new ideas, thinking of new concepts. Who can I go help? I'm reaching out to students, seeing what I can do, who I can pray for. And in all actuality, it's just, even though I really don't have to do much no more, I'm still doing a lot. Nice. And again, I'm one of those people who I want to feel like I earned it. I worked for it.
Yes, nice. So, for those who are new to internet marketing, this is just not a wham bam make a whole bunch of money. You actually have to put in some hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, for someone we mentioned earlier, didn't finish high school, no collegiate education, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So, what type of education is required to have the success that you've had with the I Make Noise brand on the internet?
I really don't. I feel like the education that's needed is to be able to read and write and count. I think as long as you can count, read, and write, you're good. But I think it's more than education; it's responsibility. It's more about responsibility. You have a lot of people who say they're dream chasers or they're go getters, but they quit very fast, and so that comes from a lack of responsibility. If you've quit a lot of things in your life growing up, you're gonna quit this.
Yep.
And so you don't have a lot of people who have that endurance, right? People who says, well, listen, I'm gonna do this for 10 years. And if I fail, I fail, right?
Yeah.
But on the 11th year, if I succeed, then I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So I feel like I feel like education is not your main source. I feel like it's self-discipline that's your main worry. Are you gonna be willing to withstand failure for as long as it takes, right? There's no time limit on your breakthrough, right? You never know when your breakthrough's gonna happen. So you have to withstand and say, hey, I sat here, like I failed for 5 years completely.
Wow.
I didn't know my 6th year was gonna be my breakthrough, but I withstood. And so I feel like that's the biggest thing, right? You don't need to be a calculus major, if that's even a major again. You don't need to be a psychologist or whatever you want to call it, right? You don't need to be none of that. You just need to be a person who is disciplined enough to say, I have a vision that God gave me. I'm willing to follow this vision, and I'm willing to work my butt off until this vision comes to pass.
Nice.
Until then, that's all you need to do is read, write, and count.
Nice.
And you're good.
Yeah,
as far as education
I
goes.
like the counting part. So, $1 million in revenue in 2 years. With somebody, the I Make Noise brand, what are the two most difficult decisions you've had to make over the course of the last 2 years to keep the vision for I Make Noise alive?
I'm gonna be honest. One of my biggest, hardest decisions was my ministry. We definitely, I love God. I love God with my whole heart. I love what we do as ROW. One of the biggest things I went through was, is this man all about money, or did he forget about Christ, or is this man doing something that we just don't know about? And so one of the biggest decisions I had to make was about, am I here to please people, or am I here to please my vision and what I want to do for my family? And so one of the biggest, hardest decisions was cutting opinions, right? Sometimes we're connected to people. Sometimes we have friends and family who gives too much life to the decisions we make in ours. And so I had to learn how to put a lot of opinions to death, which means that they couldn't have no life in the decisions that I had to make. So that was one of my hardest decisions ever, which was saying, hey, I love you, but I can't listen to you today. Or, hey, I love you, but I can't answer the phone. Because negativity will come with success, and hate will come with success, and drama will come with success. And so we see the money, we see the glam, like that was me. I see the $1 million, I see the money, I see the cars, but I didn't see the drama that came with it. I wasn't ready for the, the persecution that came with it. I wasn't ready for the opinions that came with it. I just thought everybody's gonna be happy, like, hey man, you making a lot of money, man, that's nice. But hell came, and it was at a whole nother level, and I was like, yo, man, Mace was right. More money, more problems. Like that stuff is for real. And so that was one of my hardest decisions. And my second hardest decision was sacrifice. I made a big decision this year, February, which was the most I ever paid for training was, $1,000.
Okay.
And in February, I paid Kern $15,000. It was like for a 2-day event, it was like $15,000 really. And the decision was, I was stuck at making $20,000 to $30,000 a month, but this man's making $300,000 a month. And so was $15,000 worth to learn how this man processes his mind? Heck yeah, it was worth it. And because of that decision I made, which a lot of us probably, in this hangout, you contemplate about buying a coaching. You're contemplating about getting into a mastermind. You're wondering, should I spend this much money? Right. And my thing is, yeah, you should. Because if anybody's making double or triple the money you want to make, you need to learn how they think. Even if you don't get value from their training, just from the conversation and being around and talking to them, learn how they think. And that's what I went into Kern's event. I disagreed with one thing they said to me, and then I drove home and I said, how dumb can I be? This man gives me a suggestion. He's making quadruple the numbers I make a month. I know I had to pay $15,000 not to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And so I listened. That next month, I had my first ever 6-figure month in 21 days. And so that was my hardest decision, spending money on my education for my vision.
Wow. He says, I was stuck at 15 to 20K a month.
I was.
Most people be like, man, I wish I could get the 15, 20K a month. But the point is, you probably can't get the 15, 20K a month because you haven't spent that $1,000 he spent on that training to get him where he needs to be. So while we talking about a little bit of vision, where does Nate O'Brien see the I Make Noise brand in the next 5 years? What's that? I don't really believe in long-term goals too much, but let's focus on this 5 years because this brand is really like blowing up quickly in the last 2 years.
Well, man, we've definitely just invested on a restaurant now. But I'm really focused on the apartment complex. I really want to buy the I Make Noise apartment complex in Minnesota, and I want to have half the apartments. I want to take about 30 to maybe 40 homeless people off the streets, put them through one of my friend's programs that he has. And once they become certified there, they'll come live in the apartments, but they'll work for me full time, running my call centers, for my direct sales, for all my training programs. It's going to be releasing next year. And then the other half, of course, I'll rent out to make sure I make my profit. But I'm really hyped about the whole I Make Noise apartments. And I want to create a community, not just an apartment complex, but a community. When we grew up in our apartment complex, everybody would come to our apartments to hang out.
Yeah.
Anybody that, if you played football, if you played any sport, you was coming to Valley View Apartments at Oceanside, and you was playing in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Friends who had houses, even though we didn't have houses, they would still come over to our apartment complex. Hey, can I go to Valley View? Because of the community we created. Yeah. And so, of course, the community turned to gangbang. But the point is, it started off at a good place.
Right.
And then I want to create that community again. I want people to come to the I Make Noise apartment complex to be discipled, to hang out, to get vision, to go out, encouraged and motivated. There's a lot of different things I want to do in my apartment complex. I want to do outreaches there. I want to have events inside of there, and I really want to just create a community of motivation. So that's where I see the I Make Noise in 5 years. Of course, more restaurants and clothing line stores and kiosks and sunglasses and stuff like that. But yeah,
just money duplication.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, there's a lot of people on now who new to internet marketing, don't know what it is. Now they got a little bit of sense of what it is. Maybe they've been around for a couple of years or so, and they want to get to that point. They want to get to that 15K a month point. They want to make $200 a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what piece of advice would you give that new person who's just trying to hit their first income goal?
Stay focused. One of the biggest problems I see with internet marketing is people jump companies every 3 months, and I feel like you burn bridges with your audience. And so I tell everyone, your Facebook, I have a thing called the Barnes & Noble Facebook analogy. And so if you ever have my Barnes & Noble Facebook Mastery training, I talk a lot about your page is your book. And so a normal person who loves to read books, when they go into an actual Barnes & Noble's, one of the craziest things happens is that they read the backside of a book. And as they read the backside of a book, they can determine by the description from the back if they want to buy the book or not. And it's the same way with your Facebook. If someone can go to your Facebook and say, well, dang, they was promoting travel today. Oh, wow. Now they're promoting tea 2 months later. Yeah. Oh, wow. Now they're promoting this. Like, people can tell that your vision is lopsided. And as long as your vision is lopsided, no one's going to follow. Why? Because no one wants to continue to slide down.
Wow.
And so while you're supposed to be picking and lifting people up and pushing them to go forward, you have to go forward yourself.
Yeah.
And so I see a lot of people who's attempting to make money with no vision. And the reality is you can't make money with no vision. It's impossible. Otherwise, you're going to treat this as a part-time job. And so one of the biggest things in online marketing is, I need to make $500. I don't know why this is not working. I need to do this. And it's, you're thinking of this all wrong. This is an investment. This is just like any business. You know what I'm saying? So you have to realize you're investing into your future, right? It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not most people have hustler mentalities, that come into online marketing. So you have to break free from that and develop that mindset of an entrepreneur first and realize that, hey, I may lose money for the first couple of months, but that's fine. The skill set that I'm going to gain is going to quadruple my money. And so if you were looking to hit your first 10K month, your first 5K day, focus, and don't trip when the money's not coming in. And I know you're probably saying, well, Nate, that's easy for you to say, oh, your bills are paid. But the reality is, it's faith that's what got me there, because I did trip when my bills did come, and I got me nowhere. I was stressed out. I had an anger problem. Every person that wrote me back, I was so eager to sell them to get the money. I lost sales. And so the more patience you have and the more passionate you are about your vision, the easier the money will come in.
Nice. Very dope. Man, I love it. You got me all mesmerized there, focusing on vision. Vision is definitely key in any business. And you are an example, a shining star of internet marketing. You brought a breath of fresh air to this industry. I've been around since 2008, and you came in just 2 years ago and just rocked it. Like, you took old dogs and taught them new tricks. Seriously. Just being creative, and we definitely appreciate that. As I'm talking for the industry as a whole, we appreciate it, and keep doing what you're doing. It's absolutely phenomenal. For the anniversary of hitting your $1 million in revenue, Self-Driven Profit System is actually giving away free coaching sessions. And on these free coaching sessions, which you can click right below the video, we're going to give that one tip that we got from Nate O'Brien that allowed us to go from a very small system to a premier system on internet marketing. So you can get your free coaching session. It's absolutely free, no obligations. Just click the link below and you get a 30-minute session. Just book it, whatever time slot is available to you. But any last words you want to share with the marketplace before we let them go off and start building their businesses?
Take the slot. Listen, anybody who's willing to get on the phone with you to help you, take it. Because I don't get on the phone with nobody. And so this man is phenomenal, man. He's a beast, in honor of hitting $1 million. He's giving away a free coaching session that can really change your life. Again, guys, there was one phone call that changed my world in online marketing. Jermaine Steele, it was an hour call. It was a free 15-minute coaching call turned to an hour. But it changed my world. And the next day I did $400 a day on the internet. So book your coaching slot. Even if you rock with me, book that coaching slot, because this man can have something that I don't have. And I'm fine with that, because every real leader needs to know that they're not perfect and they can't give everything. It just doesn't work like that. So book your coaching slot and get the help that you need and ask questions, because there's people like this, people that I look up to that's been around since 2008 who, they paved the way for people like us. So that's my biggest suggestion, is take your free coaching slot. Nice. and learn and get some direction. That's the biggest part. Awesome. We appreciate that. If you're in the on the East Coast, you anywhere from 3 hours from Philly, this week, October 9th and 10th, Nate O'Brien is going to be in Philadelphia. Go to IMakeNoiseTour.com. Get a ticket, come to the event. I'm actually speaking this Saturday. It's going to be a phenomenal event. He's been crushing it all month and all over the country, helping people actually change their business, and not just their businesses, but their lives in general, because that's the ultimate goal. If we can help you get a few nuggets just to change your life, that's all that matters. All right, so it's your boy Mike Williams. We'll catch you next Tuesday and every Tuesday after on the Self-Driven Profit System Hangout, where we talk about life, business, and everything that just sounds good. I talk to you guys soon. Peace. Peace. Let go. Come on now. I love that.